Bonsoir guys, it's time to get a little bit controversial. So I love running the mini platforms. They're fantastic. I'm loving everything about this category, the simplicity, the competitiveness, the ease of working on it and tuning it and tweaking it. Doesn't make me any good but I'm enjoying the journey of trying to make it as good as I can. I'm not enjoying one aspect, and that one aspect is this. Brushed motors. You know what it's like. Your car's going well and it's handling great, but your motor and battery combo is just that so slow in comparison to other drivers. You're not doing anything wrong, you're driving well, good lines, competitive racing, but you just can't get the car to go any quicker. And then you look at some of the lads in the A final or other cars around you, and they will be ballistic. I mean, some of the categories, they'll be ballistic into a bloody wall, but the A drivers, they're just a step up with how fast the cars look in comparison to yours. And you go over and chat with them and say, what's in that? And they'll tell you exactly the same as what you've got. You've got a 20-turn Brush Satan, or a Core 21, or a K21, or the G20. And they're all running 4-cell nickel metal hydride batteries, the same as you. They're all repeaking batteries up to about 6.3 volts or around the 6 volt range. And you think, well, what am I doing wrong? There is a night and day difference between some of these batteries and motors. And I'm not saying I'm fed up of it. That's the wrong phrase to use, because I understand you've got to try to keep a level playing field somewhere, or try to make things even and equal. And I'm not taking anything at all away from some of the drivers that are fantastic with their setup. This is something that I'm going to emphasize this point. They deserve to be a lot faster than everybody else and winning all the time. The time and effort some of these guys put into motor prep and battery prep is phenomenal, and from that point of view, they deserve to be where they are. Problem is, doesn't create a level playing field with what is I think one of the cheapest forms of RC racing there is. So within 6 to 12 months, you would expect to be just as competitive as everybody else. But if you haven't gone and learned or spent some time with your local racing guru, what they're doing to the motors, are they washing them, are they cleaning them in between, is it that magic spray of WD-40 in between races, have they used com drops, exactly which chargers are they using, because some chargers look after batteries, some brands of chargers look after batteries better than other brands of chargers, and you don't know any of this. 3 years in, it's still a minefield to me. However, there is a solution. This is a 13.5 turn brushless censored motor, and I'm pairing this with, you have to keep it safe, a 4400 milliamp 2S Lipo battery. Now this is a new world to me, and I can hear the typing already. Heresy! Shouldn't be doing that. It's not part of the scene. For anybody that's saying that, I get it, and you're entitled to your opinion. This is all an experiment to see if it works. But all I'm going to say is, what year is it? It's 2023. 2023, and I'm washing brushed electric motors in water for 20 minutes and running them in. So this instantly levels the playing field, because you can have as much power or as much speed and as much performance out of the motor and battery than you can ever imagine, that more than you will ever be able to use. And that, in my opinion, creates the level playing field, because then it's now down to how well you've set your car up, how well you drive your car. And there is a lot more to come with this series, because this is definitely, I'm not saying it's the future, but I mean, I've enjoyed my first outing and my first little experiment with this. Now in no way have I set this up on my fast car, my carbon Mardave, all singing, all dancing. This is very much my B car that I've set it up on. I'm still running the side pod upgrade, but I was running old tyres that didn't, you know, nothing. I wasn't throwing mega money at this. I've set it up, as I say, on my B car, just as an experiment to see how it goes. Now this series, I'm going to get into a lot more detail on it, but for now, just watch how competitive the car is, considering it's only ran for 20 minutes, so I've done 3 qualifiers and this final. I haven't even qualified into the A final. So there you go, it proves that it's not about the speed, it's about how you set the car up. But what I did enjoy was the battle that came. So you decide for yourself with this, whether or not the brushless car, mine, or whether the brushed cars of a 9-year-old was a better fit, a better model. Now I'll get a lot more into the detail of this, but for now, it's a quick teaser and enjoy this race, because I certainly did.
Right, pick up the drivers, good luck. That's the ultimate sandbag in there with the legal car off to a flyer. A bit of a snafu there with Rob. Got to show a little bit, put back off again now. Sean trying to set his head here for the first place on side by side. And Sean gets through, nice clean move there. They're trying with his illegal ball to try and get him back. Just proves you don't need no expensive Brushless system to do this up here. But still can't be.
Yeah, Sean.
Go on, Sean. Put the pedal down. It's Sean, then Alkaline, and then Rob. Sean driving nice and clean out in the front there. Alkaline closing in slightly on Brent. Brent driving surprisingly clean as well for him. Yeah, he's going to put turbo timing on in a minute. And Sean there will look flat as the barriers. Still one. It's still 2, 1, 3, 4. Sean, then Alkaline, Rob. Yeah. That gap has come down slightly between Sean and Brent. Sean throws it all the way down the snafu. Back down into third now. Brent the cheater out in front.
I wouldn't go without that.
Getting handed now for second. Oh, Sean there smacks it into the barrier. Alkaline out in front. Brent takes it. Oh, that was a bit optimistic there. A bit of a lunge. It does get excited a bit quickly, doesn't it? Let it hand, that's it, Brent back to the Alkaline, says Rob, pulling back. Door action there, all nice and clean. Not even halfway through this race and like we're overtaking this and we've had all night. That's it there, Ben. Back to it again. All England is going. Now going back through again. Not there, I think that's snafu all on his own. That's Brent hounding him back again. Battle for first and second. You can't get any closer than this. Oh, Brent there nearly second on lunge again, so better of it. Keeps trying to find his way through the inside. I think we forgot which goal was here, Alex. We've got all on it, is there? Not managing to keep up with these two as well. Sure, trying hard to get back onto them. Oh no, Alfie makes a small mistake there. Then right on his back foot managed to sneak through. And that's it then back there. After the that goal is a quite tough. No different all It's Alfie back in the front again, it's Brent, that's that slight tap, letting back through again. Now he's got to do all the hard work again, try to get back in his bumper. Oh, bit of a snafu. Come on, Brent. Who's just now past that shooting mode with his Brent, come on. Oh, look at that, he's pulled that gap in again on that last lap. 0.7 of a second on that last one, and another snafu. And Rob on his side again. Just over 1 minute left. Still at anybody's race. Going 1.2 seconds between first and second. That's not keeping out the way, keeping it all nice and clean at the front. Down to less than a second now between first and second. Who's going to get it? Sean looks like he's going to get third. Then now hot on the heels of Alfie again. Oh, so close to him, I don't know how they're not touching pain there. And bring back to Alfie, back to the bring back to the again. Takes the lead again, out to the inside line, just had a little snafu. Then with his cheeky car takes the lead.
How long's left?
13 seconds and counting. As he's throwing up there, I'm not sure this jump in the last lap. Who's going to get on the last lap? Oh, Ben there, snafu. It's out to lead, it's out to lead, back to Alfie hitting him. That's out to the takes the win for the second show, third, welcome to the line in 4.
Race over. The finishing group here. 3, 1, 2.
Slow as shit, mine, doesn't it?
It is now.
You get some thicker body force. A bit dancing.
Cracking race. As you can see, it was a very close race. Now, appreciate a few things. I had the motor turned down to 47, so clearly there's a lot more to give there. We could have just outpaced everybody on the straight if we'd have wanted to. but my ability as a driver isn't good enough to run it at 70-80% at the minute. So that's the natural learning curve that the brushless and 2S setup gives you. With regard to how the car performed, it is my B car. I've not really done any prep. I haven't really checked over it. Thrown it all in to see how we get on, and it produced really predictable handling, really predictable power delivery. It would definitely be better with a bit more effort and a bit more setup tweaks. I'm sure it'd quite easily get me into the A final. The bits that I was loving was watching everybody in between the races. They're recharging batteries, repeaking things, frantically getting cotton buds down inside the com of the motors and spraying all sorts of concoctions from WD-40 to GT85 to little com drops and all that sort of stuff. And what I did was nothing. I just went and had a brew, and it was spot on all night, to the point where it was pointed out to me halfway through the evening that I hadn't actually charged my 2S Lipo for the first 3 qualifiers. I'd just run them back to back to back because, again, it's a learning curve for me, and I hadn't I hadn't changed the setting on my charger, so it needs you to reconfirm and press yes that you want to charge. With the old nickel metal hydrides, you plug them in, press charge, and away it goes. I didn't realise that, so it ran 3 qualifiers without even recharging the Lipo, and I didn't notice any performance change or difference. So I'm not saying that's the future, but I am saying, with regard to how technology has progressed, I think we'd be, as racers, as a community, I think we'd be amiss not to seriously consider potentially running a mod class or an unlimited class, or as we've come to nickname these now, mad minis or mad hot hatches. I'll definitely be sticking with it a little bit longer. I'm loving it. Clearly, you're not allowed to run it in championships and things like that yet, but there are no defined rules. The BRCA I don't think they like these little cars for whatever reason, so there's no national set of rules about them. But I genuinely think that this might be a way to go. Clearly, I'm not all-knowing. I've only been doing this 3 years. So put your views in the comments below and, be optimistic with it, guys. Don't just be, no, you can't do that. We've never done that in the past 300 years. Well, once upon a time, we didn't have mobile phones either. And that, not necessarily for the better. Appreciated. But again, and take nothing away from young Alfie. He smoked me. So happy days. Good racing. Looking forward to more progress with it. And I think the next time I race, there'll be at least 3 brushless minis or at least a couple of brushless hot hatches running around with me. So that'll give us a bit of an indication of whether or not people like it or not. One thing that I'll quickly mention, the cost, because I spent, I think it was £65 for Model Sport for this brushless motor combo. Sorry, the ESC and the motor. I think the whole thing cost me about 65 quid for Model Sport, and the Lipo, I think that was 45 quid. So you're looking at £100. Now, as an outlay, you think, well, this is budget motorsport. It's supposed to be quite cheap. It is, if you consider the shot of that case before. There was 150 quid's worth of motors in that case and almost £100 worth of batteries. So there's £250 in motors. Top level races are going through a motor minimum once a month. So if that's 120 quid a year, just replacing that motor. Most of the top level racers that I know buy at least 4 or 5 motors at a time and are putting them on RPM testers to see which ones are the fastest. So your argument with regard to cost, I don't think it stacks up. But I could be wrong. Comments below. Thanks as always for watching. Toodle pip, people. See how much row that causes. controversy. Love a bit